Hello everyone and welcome. In this episode, we are going to apply all our learning of the Express.js. So we will be developing a REST API, we will be reading the input from the client and saving that information into the database. Okay, the database we will be using is the MySQL database. So we will make sure that our database is up and running. Okay, in our one of our video, in our Node.js and MySQL video series, I have created this database and have created this table. So I will be connecting with this table and will be adding the record into this table. Okay, so let's begin with the project. Let's begin with a new project. So open a folder and I'm creating a project called Hello Server. Okay, it's a brand new project. Let's open a terminal and initialize the project. Okay, it will create the package.json. And now what are the modules we are required? We require here Express to develop a web server and REST APIs. We will be required Bluebird and MySQL. For what purpose? To save the information into the database. Okay, why we are using Bluebird? To promify the MySQL callback methods. So now let's create a folder src and let's develop our REST APIs. main.js. So let's begin with const express is equal to require. What we have to require here? Express, and let's create an instance of the express and app.listen. What we are trying to do? We are starting the server. We can test this by creating a simple method app.get, and this is our hello world API, reqres. Let's serve the response hello world. So before going further, let's test whether we have developed things properly or not. And since it is a get method, we can go to the browser, and what we can do, we can make a post call. We can make a call. So you can see that we have successfully developed this. Now what is our main task? Let's create a API, get API and post API. For what purpose? I want to add user, both using get and post. Okay, and this is a request and res, and I'm sending here response message is equal to what? Success. Okay, now here I will be doing what? I am creating another method post. Okay, we will be doing the saving operation both using get and post. So let's test this API, and before that what we can do, let's read the input. We know how to read the input in get method by using the query, and we can read the input in post method using the body. So const input. But if you are working with the body, what we have to do, we have to parse this body, and we have to parse the body, we have to apply a middleware service app.yours. Here we are calling express.json. Okay, what this is doing, parsing the request body of post. Okay, now what we can do, let's restart the server and test the API, test both the API get and post using what? Using the postman. So let's open the postman and don't save. I'm making a fresh request here, localhost 3000 add user, and we are passing here username root Santos, then password here 34, then email here abcd@gmail.com, and mobile here, everything is string here. Okay, now let's make a request here and let's see whether we are able to read the data. Yeah, we are able to read the get data. Now let's make a post request, localhost 3000 add user. Now select the method here post, and we'll go to the body section, and how we are trying sending the data using raw, not this format. In the raw, we are selecting here the option JSON. Okay, and here we have to create the JSON username is equal to, let's suppose, Santosh, and password is, let's suppose, India, and email is, let's suppose, india@gmail.com, and my mobile is, everything we need to keep in a double quote. Yeah, so let's make a request. Now you can see we are in a post method, and we are successfully able to read the post data also. Now our task is what? Saving all this information into the database. That's what is our learning of the Express.js. Now we have to apply the learning of the Node.js and MySQL. How to store the information into the database using Node.js and MySQL. So let's get a separate module, add user.js, and let's start developing here. I'm using promise to promisify the MySQL modules. MySQL require. I'm using the MySQL module, and here we will be promisifying the MySQL modules, the callback methods of the MySQL module, and how to do that using the promisification of provided in a Bluebird.js, just to make our program little simpler. So this is how the promisification looks. Now I'm creating a method, add user. So this is the method we are creating, and this method takes what? It will be taking the input which is coming from the client, and what it will be doing here using the MySQL module, we are creating a connection. What does it return? It returns a connection. But with the connection, we have to specify a set of parameters. What is the host? The host, that is the host of the database. This is my host name, and let's specify host name here. Then this is the password. Okay, not the password, port first. Let's specify the port. Port we do not have to specify. Host, username and password. User is equal to, my username is what? MySQL. Port is by default port, and password is equal to also MySQL, and the database is equal to MyDB. So which database I'm connecting? I'm connecting this database, and I will be connecting with this table. Okay, so this is the information. What we can do, we can externalize this information. Control X is equal to const db config is equal to this, and we can specify db config like this also. Now later is what we have to, using connection we have to connect, and we are using this method. If you are not familiar with this, how we are getting this method? Using the, because of the promisification. Okay, what does it return? It returns a promise. So what we can do, await here, we can wait for the connection, but to use the keyword await here, I have to specify async. That means I have to make our method what? Async. And as soon as we are making a connection, I will also doing what? We will be releasing the connection like this. And is the default method, but we are going to use and async. How we are getting this method? We are getting this method because of the promisification. Again, we can await here, and here we can write what? Logic. Logic for what? Adding the record into the database. So our logic is what? SQL insert into user. This is the user table we are trying to connect. What are the things we want to insert here? Username, password, email, and mobile. Username, password, email, and mobile. And values, what we can pass? How to pass the value? These are the placeholder. These are the dynamic placeholder. If you want to know in detail about this, you can follow my Node.js and MySQL video. Now finally, make a query. How to make a query? This is the default method provided by the MySQL, but we will be using the query async. Okay, what does it return? It returns what? A promise. So what we can do? Await here. What is the first parameter? SQL, and now we have to pass the dynamic value for this placeholder. So what are the first parameter? The first parameter is username. So what I can take? Input.username. So we are presuming that this username is coming in this input variable that is sent by the client. Input dot password, input dot email, input dot mobile. So what we are done, our add user method is done. What we have to do, we have, if you want to use this method, in our main.js, what we have to do, we have to export this method, module.export. So how we are exporting, add user. So now we are good to use this method in the express.js. So what we have to do, we have to add, we have to import this module const. So how to import, using required keyword, and since it is a local module, we have dot slash add user, and I'm calling this word add db module. Let's suppose I'm calling this is my db module const db add. Let's suppose call db add. And wherefrom we have to do what? We have to call this from here. So db add, and this is a method called add user. And what I will be doing, I will be passing this parameter here. So which method will be called once the user is making a request here? So this add user method will be called. That means this particular block is going to be called. But this method is what? Asynchronous in nature. So what does this method will return? This method will return a promise. So I am applying an await keyword here, that is waiting for the db operation, and to make the use of the await keyword, I am making this method async. Okay. Now what we can do? The same thing we can apply in our post method also. And now let's send the data properly using the get method and post method, and let's test this API. So if the things work properly, we will be able to save the information into the database. So let's open the Postman one more time and make a get request or post request. So username, password, email and mobile, these four things are we are passing according to our database table columns. So now you can see the request has come here, and what we can do, we can go to the method. How? By clicking on this. Okay, now what we can do, let's click here, let's try to connect to the database. We have got the connection, that's great. And we are now trying to execute the query. Okay, if the query is successful, what we'll do, a new record will be added. What is the record will be added? What is the value of the input here? The value of the input here is username is Santosh and email is ABCD. Now let's go to the database and check the new value. You can see that a new record has been added. Now let's make a post request. In the post, I mean this one. Okay, I'm calling here Santosh post. So I'm not changing the packet now. Now let's click here. Now you can see this time the request has come to the post. And you can see the record here. Santosh post. The username is this, and the other values are remain as it is. Again, we can go inside this method. We can query. We can execute the query, and what we can see, if we can go to the database here, what we can see, the record has been successfully added. Okay, so in this way what we have done, we have created an API that is successfully saving a record into the database. Okay, before going further, before concluding this session, let's do one thing. Let's go to the Postman and let's change this from mobile to, let's suppose if you are not passing one of the things correctly. If you are not passing correctly, what will happen? Let's see what will happen. Making a post call. Now what will happen? If you open the console here, debug console, what you can see that there is a huge error. And what has happened now, after this, if I am making a call, you can see that my server has been hanged and the Postman has not get any response. Can you see there is a loader is loading on? So there are chances that exception can happen. Okay, so for that what we will do, we will write all our logic in a try catch block. Okay, that means we'll put all our logic from here to try block, and in the catch block what I will write, response dot send status. What is the status? I'm sending 500. That means there is an internal error. In the same way, what I will do, I will put all the this here and put in a try block so that my server should not crash. Okay, and here I will put everything in a try block, and here I will be sending what send status. What is the status we are sending? 500. So that our server should not crash. Let's restart the server and restart the server. Why this is happening, you know, because from here, let's restart the server here and let's put a cache block. Now if suppose some error happens, now you can see that my server will not be blocked and we will be sending a proper response to the client. What is the response we are sending? 500. Let's see what is the response in the Postman. You can see what internal server error. So in this way what we have done, we are also saving our server from crashing. So that's it from this session. In the next session what we will be doing, we will be making a web client, and using the web client we will be making the request to this particular server. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.